He said yes to everyone. Every favor, every request, every last-minute emergency. Sarah thought she was being kind. But behind her back, her colleagues called her the doormat. Her boss piled extra work on her desk while others left at 5. Her friends borrowed money they never returned. And when she finally broke down crying in her car, she realized something terrifying. The nicer she became, the worse people treated her. This isn't about kindness. This is about a psychological trap that's destroying your life right now, and you don't even know it. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal will make you question every relationship you have. Section 1. The Confession. Let me tell you about David. Smart guy, worked in tech, always had a smile on his face. The kind of person who would give you the shirt off his back. His coworkers loved him, or so he thought. David would stay late to help others meet their deadlines. He'd cover shifts. He'd say yes when he wanted to say no. He believed this was the right way to live, that kindness would be rewarded, that good people finish first. Then something happened that shattered his world. He got passed over for a promotion. The position went to Marcus, someone who would join the company 2 years after David. Marcus wasn't more skilled. He wasn't more dedicated. But Marcus had one quality David lacked: he knew when to say no. When David asked his manager why, the response was brutal: "We need someone who can prioritize and set boundaries. You are too accommodating." Too accommodating. Let that sink in. David's greatest strength had become his greatest weakness. But here's where it gets darker. When David started asking around, he discovered something that made his blood run cold. His colleagues weren't grateful for his help. They saw him as weak, as someone they could use. One coworker actually laughed and said, "Yeah, we knew you'd always say yes, so we stopped even trying to figure things out ourselves." David had been psychologically manipulated for years, and he'd done it to himself. Section 2. The Predator's Playbook. Now, you might be thinking, this won't happen to me. I can spot a user from a mile away. But that's exactly what David thought. That's what Sarah thought. That's what thousands of nice people think right before they become targets. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Predators don't look like predators. They look like friends, bosses, family members, and romantic partners. And they have a playbook that's been refined over centuries of human interaction. Let me break down how they identify you. The testing phase. It starts small. Someone asks you for a tiny favor. Can you cover their lunch? Can you review this document? Can you help them move one box? You say yes because it's easy, because you are kind, because refusing feels wrong. That's test number 1. You passed, which means you failed. Next, they escalate. The requests get bigger, more frequent, more inconvenient. They are watching to see if you'll push back. Most people do. You don't. That's when they know they've found their target. The isolation technique. Here's something sinister. Exploiters often separate you from people who might warn you. They do this subtly. You are too good for them. They don't appreciate you like I do. Only I understand you. Sound familiar? This isn't love or friendship. It's strategy. Because once you are isolated, there's no one to reality check what's happening to you. No one to say, "Hey, that person is using you." The guilt mechanism. Now comes the real mastery. When you finally try to set a boundary, they deploy guilt like a weapon. After everything I've done for you, I thought you were different. I guess I was wrong about you being a good person. Notice the pattern? They are not addressing your boundary. They are attacking your identity as a kind person. And because your entire self-worth is built on being nice, you crumble. You apologize. You say yes again. You've just been psychologically manipulated, and most people don't even realize it happened. Section 3. The Science of Exploitation. Let's talk about what's happening in your brain when you can't say no. There's a concept in psychology called the disease to please. It's not just a personality trait. It's a trauma response that makes you vulnerable to predators. The dopamine trap. When someone thanks you or praises you for being helpful, your brain releases dopamine. That's the feel-good chemical. It's addictive. Literally. You start saying yes not because you want to help, but because you are chasing that chemical high. Exploiters know this. They become experts at giving you just enough validation to keep you hooked. You are such a lifesaver. I don't know what I'd do without you. You are the only one I can count on. These aren't compliments. They are variable reward schedules, the same mechanism that makes gambling addictive. Sometimes they thank you, sometimes they don't. This unpredictability makes the dopamine hit even more powerful. You keep saying yes, hoping for the next dose of validation. The reciprocity illusion. Your brain is wired for reciprocity. When you do something for someone, you unconsciously expect them to return the favor. This is called the reciprocity norm, and it's fundamental to human society. But here's the trap. Exploiters know about reciprocity too. They might do one small thing for you early on, then cash in that favor 100 times over. Or they'll frame every request as reciprocal, even when the exchange is wildly unbalanced. Remember when I helped you with that thing 6 months ago? Yes, they held the door open for you. Now they want you to work their weekend shift for the 3rd time this month. The sunk cost fallacy. The longer you've been saying yes to someone, the harder it becomes to stop. You've invested so much time, energy, and emotion that walking away feels like admitting you wasted it all. Psychologists call this the sunk cost fallacy. Exploiters call it the long game. They know that if they can keep you saying yes for long enough, you'll become trapped by your own investment. But I've been helping them for 2 years. Exactly. That's why they know you won't stop now. Section 4. The wake-up call. Let me share another story. This one's about a woman named Jennifer. Jennifer was a nurse. Compassionate, dedicated, always putting patients first. But her kindness extended beyond the hospital. Her sister would call at midnight with manufactured crisis. Her neighbors would borrow her car for days. Her boyfriend never paid for anything because she made more money. One day, Jennifer collapsed at work. Complete exhaustion. At the hospital, her doctor asked a question that changed everything. Who takes care of you? Jennifer couldn't answer. Because no one did. She'd spent so much energy taking care of everyone else that she'd forgotten to take care of herself. But the real wake-up call came later. When Jennifer was hospitalized, guess how many people visited? 2. Out of dozens of people she'd helped over the years. 2. Her sister didn't come because she was too busy. Her neighbors didn't even call. Her boyfriend broke up with her via text because he needed someone he could rely on. The people Jennifer had sacrificed for abandoned her the moment she couldn't provide value. That's the dark truth about being too nice. You think you are building relationships, but you are actually building transactions. And when you stop giving, the relationship ends. Section 5. The psychological profile. Now, here's the part where you need to be brutally honest with yourself. Answer these questions. Do you feel anxious when someone's upset with you, even if you did nothing wrong? Do you apologize constantly, even for things that aren't your fault? Do you struggle to identify your own needs because you are so focused on others? Do you feel responsible for other people's emotions? Do you believe that saying no makes you selfish? Do you keep helping people who never help you back? If you answered yes to more than 3, you are not just nice. You are a target. This isn't about judging you. It's about understanding that certain psychological patterns make you vulnerable. And those patterns usually come from somewhere. The origin story. Most people who are too nice learned this behavior in childhood. Maybe you had a parent who was unpredictable, and being good was how you kept the peace. Maybe you were praised only when you helped others. Maybe saying no resulted in punishment or withdrawal of love. Your brain learned a simple equation. People-pleasing equals safety. Boundaries equal danger. That equation worked when you were a child. As an adult, it's destroying your life. The identity crisis. Here's the deepest cut. Your entire identity might be built on being the helpful one. The nice one. The person everyone can count on. If you stop saying yes, who are you? That question terrifies you more than being exploited. So you keep saying yes, even when it's killing you, because at least you know who you are. But let me tell you something that will hurt and heal at the same time. That's not who you are. That's who you were taught to be. The real you is buried under years of conditioning and trauma. Section 6. The transformation. Here's where everything changes. Because now you know the truth, you can't unknow it. Let me tell you what happened to David after his revelation. He started saying no. Not to everything, not rudely, just, no. I can't take on extra work right now. That doesn't work for me. I need to prioritize my own projects. The first time he did it, he felt physically sick. His hands shook. He waited for the explosion, the rejection, the proof that he'd ruined everything. It didn't come. His coworker just said, okay, no problem, and asked someone else. The world didn't end. The relationship didn't collapse. Nothing bad happened. That's when David realized something profound. The disasters he'd been avoiding by saying yes existed only in his head. The boundary revolution. Setting boundaries isn't mean. It's not selfish. It's not cruel. It's the most honest thing you can do for yourself and others. When you say yes but mean no, you are lying. You are building resentment. You are teaching people that your needs don't matter. When you say no and mean no, you are being authentic. You are respecting yourself. You are showing people how to treat you. The relationship filter. Here's what happens when you start setting boundaries. Some people disappear. They get angry. They call you selfish. They abandon you. Good. Let them go. Those people were never your friends. They were your users. They didn't value you as a person. They valued you as a resource. The people who matter will respect your boundaries. They might be surprised at first, but they'll adjust. Real relationships survive boundaries. Exploitative ones don't. The self-worth revolution. Jennifer, the nurse who collapsed, spent 6 months in therapy. She learned something that changed her life. Self-worth can't come from external validation. Every time she said yes to gain approval, she was telling herself, I'm not enough as I am. I have to earn love through service. But you don't have to earn love. You don't have to earn respect. You deserve both simply by existing. When Jennifer internalized this, everything shifted. She started saying no without guilt. She started asking for help without shame. She started prioritizing her needs without apologizing. And the most beautiful thing happened. She attracted better people. Because confident, secure people are attracted to others who respect themselves. Section 7. The Dark Psychology Tactics. Now that you understand exploitation, let's talk about defense. The Grey Rock Method. When you're dealing with someone who won't respect your boundaries, you become boring. Uninteresting. You give them nothing to work with. They ask for a favor? I can't. No explanation, no excuse, just a simple statement. They try to guilt you? I understand you are disappointed. Acknowledge their feeling without accepting responsibility for it. They escalate? You stay calm, neutral, unmoved. Like a grey rock. Eventually, they move on to easier targets. The broken record technique. When someone won't accept your no, you repeat it. Same words, same tone, as many times as needed. I need you to cover my shift. I can't do that. But I really need you to. I understand, but I can't do that. Come on, just this once. I can't do that. No arguing, no explaining, no negotiating. Just consistent, calm repetition. The strategic delay. Never say yes immediately. Buy yourself time. Let me check my schedule and get back to you. I need to think about that. Can I give you an answer tomorrow? This does two things. It gives you space to think rationally instead of emotionally, and it signals that you are not an automatic yes machine. Section 8. The Reality Check. Let me be brutally honest with you about something most self-help content won't tell you. Changing this pattern will hurt. It will be uncomfortable. You will feel guilty. You will feel selfish. You will feel like a bad person. Feel those things anyway. Do it anyway. Because here's the alternative. You continue being everyone's doormat. You continue sacrificing your time, energy, health, and happiness for people who wouldn't do the same for you. You continue building a life around other people's needs while your own dreams die quietly in the background. You wake up one day at 60 years old and realize you spent your entire life being nice to people who didn't even show up to your birthday party. Is that really better than the temporary discomfort of saying no? The loneliness paradox. You might think that saying no will leave you alone. But here's the paradox. You are already alone. Surrounded by people who use you isn't connection. It's isolation with witnesses. When you start respecting yourself, you might lose quantity, but you gain quality. 5 real friends who value you are worth more than 50 acquaintances who exploit you. Section 9. The New Beginning. Sarah, the woman from the beginning of this video, made a decision. She started saying no. Her boss pushed back. She held firm. 3 of her friends got angry and stopped calling. She let them go. Her family called her selfish. She set boundaries anyway. 6 months later, Sarah's life looked completely different. She got a new job with better pay and better hours. She made 2 new friends who actually reciprocated. She started a hobby she'd put off for years. She looked in the mirror and liked who she saw. The nice girl who everyone walked over became a strong woman who everyone respected. That's your choice right now. You can continue being too nice and watch your life get smaller and smaller. Or you can embrace the uncomfortable truth that kindness without boundaries is self-destruction. If this video resonated with you, if you saw yourself in these stories, I need you to do something right now. First, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. We are going to dive deeper into dark psychology, manipulation tactics, and how to protect yourself in a world full of predators. Second, leave a comment telling me, what's one boundary you are going to set this week? Just one. Start small. Start today. Third, share this video with someone who needs to hear it. You probably know someone who's being exploited right now. This might be the wake-up call that changes their life. Remember, being kind is beautiful. Being too nice is dangerous. Know the difference. The dark side of being nice isn't about other people being evil. It's about you not valuing yourself enough to protect what's yours, your time, your energy, your life. Stop being nice to people who aren't nice to you. Stop giving to people who only take. Stop apologizing for taking up space. You are not a resource to be mined. You are a human being who deserves respect. Start acting like it. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll explore the psychology of manipulation in romantic relationships and how to spot a narcissist before they destroy you. Until then, practice saying no. Your future self will thank you.